Hey everyone, it's Benny the Finance Dog. Welcome to my channel. Today, as we do every Sunday, we're going to be reviewing the upcoming week in the markets, as well as going over the charts for SPY, QQQ, and Apple to give you a solid trading plan heading into the week of the 11th. So, let's begin. Starting as always with the economic calendar, pretty calm first half of the week here. Nothing on the calendar for Monday and Tuesday. Monday is the September 11th memorial. I think we're at 20-year memorial of September 11th, maybe 22 years. So, nothing noted there as far as the economy or reports coming out, but just did want to shout out all the firefighters and first responders. Obviously 9/11 is a huge day in our country's history, so just want to give a shout out there. Going into the back half of the week, on Wednesday we have CPI report to come out, which is going to be heavily watched as it could indicate how effective the interest rate hikes have been over the last 12 months. We're officially into that period where we were starting to see the effects for a while, so the markets could be poised to move with the news of that. That's coming out at 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then we have our normal jobs numbers on Thursday, as well as PPI, before finishing off the week with some consumer sentiment. It's also triple witching this week. So a lot of options, futures, contracts will be expiring. We should see some money rotate. So with that being said, triple witching is usually a down week in the market. I have another YouTube episode on exactly what triple witching is. If you'd like to go ahead and watch it, it's on my channel. So be looking out for those couple of reports and the fact that Friday is going to be an interesting day in terms of volatility and price action. Moving on over to earnings. Earnings season is pretty much at its conclusion. We're in the last month of the quarter, so anybody reporting on Q2 has pretty much already gone. Though we do have one big name this week with Oracle reporting after the close on Monday. It'd be interesting to see how they have been doing. They were like sneaky one of the big gainers on the year, rising with AMD and Nvidia, and then kind of stumbled when they stumbled as well. We have Adobe after the close on Thursday as well. Interested to see how their new AI technology is being received in terms of revenue for the company as well as profits. So that's pretty much it in terms of big things coming down the pike. Let's head over to the charts, check out SPY, QQQ, and Apple. So starting with the monthly here on SPY, we got a pullback, the pullback that we've been looking for in August, and then that has obviously continued into September here. That 445 level has been a huge point of support for SPY as we closed Friday just above that level. We're getting kind of a flag action here forming on the monthly, and could see September continue to be bloody, especially with triple witching this week. I think we do come down, potentially test 440, maybe even down to 435. I doubt we'll get all the way down to 430 this week. That'd be a pretty big move for SPY. But with CPI data coming out as well as triple witching, we could have a double negative macro event push it down lower. If we're switching over to the weekly here, same kind of thing happening here. We pretty much gave most of the gains back to that 50% rule that I like. As a point of reference, we did pass below the 50% mark of the previous candle, which would indicate that further downward move is in store. We do also have a trend line kind of forming here between these last few candles. So if we do test this 442 mark on the downside, if we break that and that trend line breaks, we could see a move all the way down to 430 potentially as the next real area of support, and then of course 435. Switching over to the Qs, we see the same kind of action that we've been seeing on SPY in terms of a pullback and continuation. right? August obviously had a little bit of a longer wick than on the SPY chart, but same kind of thing that we're dealing with here. Obviously that 370 level being respected, but we could see, it come down further, be looking for 365, 363, all the way even down to 355. Again, double macro event, and plus if Oracle has bad earnings, it won't absolutely tank tech overall. But it could just be the beginning of what could potentially be a pretty heavy week in terms of news and reporting for SPY, QQQ, and such. Switching over to the weekly here, same kind of thing. We actually did not surpass that 50% down level week over week. Um, so tech is actually looking fairly strong to continue this kind of run that it's had the last few weeks. That being said, when you look at the overall trend that started in March and all the way up, we do look to be getting kind of to the end of it as we failed to reclaim new highs on this push up, right? Had a pullback, tried to claim new highs, got as high as 380, really needed 390 to kind of see new highs, and we should stair step downwards, with everything happening this week. Now, switching over to Apple. On Apple, we actually have a major event this week. We have their Apple event on Tuesday where they're set to reveal the latest iPhone 15, some new capabilities, probably new headsets and watches and all the other devices outside of the VR, since that took up basically the majority of the last Apple event. Word on the street is that this Apple iPhone update is going to be substantially um, changing the phone as compared to other years. Other years have been modest changes, but from the camera to the processor to the speaker, um, and the capabilities of this new iPhone 15 are set to really be a cool unveiling. So hopefully on Tuesday, Apple comes out and really wows with the new iPhone with some new features that will really spur some growth here. So, really, really looking forward to that. So, let's look at the monthly real quick. We do get a larger drop in Apple. The China news last week definitely affected Apple overall. We did still respect this like 170 level. We actually didn't even create a new low on the monthly, so it's still looking like a flag, though this one looks more like it's going to go and basically be in a range that we haven't been in since May, before bouncing. But hopefully the event this week can save it, along with some good CPI data to just lift the overall market once again. Switching over to the weekly. Wild last couple of weeks. Lots of volatility within these two. So, given that Apple likes to trade sideways a bit, we could see it kind of perform like an inverse head and shoulders this week. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So likely, some gains this week. Don't reclaim new highs, and then come back down towards the end of September to retest this 175, 170 level before reversing and making new highs. Hopefully by the end of the year. We'd love to see that. So that's kind of what I'm looking for this week and just what to pay attention to. Starting on Monday, the Oracle news after close, and then Tuesday, the Apple event, Wednesday, CPI, and then Thursday, the jobs numbers to kind of round out the week before triple witching on Friday. So plenty of stuff to keep your head on a swivel. Hopefully this helps you make a plan, a solid plan for this week. Chart your own levels, find your own plays, and start a discourse. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see in future videos. And as always, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more content. Woof woof.